All right, welcome to the show, guys. This is You, Me, and BTC, a very, very, very special episode because today, for the first time in a long time, this is a second episode within 1 week. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, that it's more or less planned, and now it is happening. Episode 201, thanks for joining us. I am Daniel Brown, and for the first time in a while, I am not live. I am not on screen. I get to do pre-recorded. It's been a while. I miss it. I love it in a lot of ways. And I'm not really going to edit because screw that. You know, that's why I had to give up on it in the first place, because I spent too much time editing. Hey, one of the first, all kinds of craziness that we got to get to. Bitcoin Gold and Bitcoin Cash going ham. Both of them. Lots of stuff going on. I believe it was just today that Bitcoin Gold kind of officially kicked off, even though they forked a while ago. We'll get into explaining all that. And Bitcoin Cash, the price is high as like $2,400. Holy cow. Some people thought it might finally take over Bitcoin. That's all coming up, but I really want to thank one of our sponsors who made this entire extra episode possible. This is America's Card Room, and they would like to welcome you to the future because they now accept Bitcoin and 60 different cryptocurrencies. That's right, you can easily fund your account and claim winnings in your favorite cryptocurrency, whether you prefer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Zcash, or any other cryptocurrency. When you make your first deposit, you can use the code, this is big guys, use the code BTC100 and you'll receive an exclusive welcome package with a 100% bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. It doesn't get much better than that, 100% bonus. But it does get better because they'll also give you entries in up to 4 new depositor free rules and up to $50 in additional free cash. Never been a better time to visit America's Card Room, especially with the High Five starting November 22nd. It's a tournament series with over 1.4 million in guaranteed prize pools. The tournaments start at just $2.20. And they got lots of satellites. It only takes a couple minutes to sign up, guys, so start experiencing action-packed tournaments and cash games. And the easiest way to get there, guys, is to go to youmeandbtc.com/poker. That'll take you right there. youmeandbtc.com/poker, code BTC100. All right, guys, let's get into this. I got some bumping music in my headphones to get me pumped for this because I am pumped. Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Cash, where to even start? I mean, what the heck? Let's go with Bitcoin Gold. It came out today. I'm going solo. I haven't done that in a while either. I should mention that. So, actually, no, I did do a solo episode maybe 3 or 4 episodes back because I did live solo because no one else was around. But I like going solo. I like just ranting, going off on whatever. And we're going to rotate throughout the weekends. I'm more or less planning on Monday evenings. The episodes will be officially posted, but we might record over the weekend, or Zach will, or Tim will. Or I did hear from John. We were talking about him a lot lately. He might be popping in for an episode here or there. So anyway, that's just so you know what's going on here. If you got any questions, I'm sure I'm missing some details that someone's wondering about this new episode and format or whatever. So if you have questions about it, just drop me a tweet at you, me, and BTC, or comment on YouTube or whatever you like. I'll try to find it and respond. You can also email me anytime, Daniel at youmeandbtc.com. I like to just mention that because why not? In case anyone needs that. So hey guys, Bitcoin Gold. Let's go back to that. They are live. I'm seeing blocks. I'm on btgexp.com. So they are mining blocks. This is a Bitcoin Gold Explorer apparently, and the last block is just 3 minutes before, during the recording, I guess 3 minutes ago. So there are blocks coming out. So that's one thing that's interesting. The price is sitting at about, I'm looking at bitcoinratio.com for the price. That's, if anyone, it's an easy thing I build if anyone's interested. Price is sitting at about $211.50. So it's up. It's up quite a bit. That's not bad. I mean, the price, I'll take free money. We joke about that all the time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this right out. To be clear, I don't really care about Bitcoin Gold. I'll take the free money. I'm going to sell it as soon as I can. And that's another thing I got to talk about in just a sec. No, I have no idea how to get a hold of it or sell it, at least not very easily. So I'll explain what I can, but this information isn't even going to be relevant for super long because I'm sure people will be coming out with extra wallets and exchanges and whatever. So whatever. But yeah, 211, 218 I'm seeing now. So those are your prices. I'll take some free money if I can get a hold of it. I was joking with Zach. I was texting him the other day. I was joking. It's like, well, yeah, you love the idea of free money. Let's fork all day long. I'll take free money until you realize you really kind of got to work for it. Yeah, you got to pull out all your private keys from different wallets, paper wallets, phone wallets, computer wallets, online wallets, whatever you got. You got to figure out how to rip out your private keys or wait for them to integrate with the new currency. So, geez, it's tough. You really got to want it. And I mean, at $220 a pop, okay, sure, that's enough. I want it. I'll figure it out. But it's still a pain in the butt. Holy crap. I don't want to go digging through all this. I just did a little bit of this before the recording. I did some research just to figure out how that would be done whenever I'm ready. And the best I can come up with is there's an Android wallet called Coinomi, which I've never seen before. It seemed relatively trustworthy. I saw other people supporting it and talking about it. It's got decent reviews in the store. So it should be fine. I'm not going to make any promises by any stretch. None of this anywhere ever in the show or on our website or whatever. None of it is official advice. It's just, the way we see things and what we understand. But right now, what I understand is that it seems to be a fairly good wallet, and it allowed me to pull up a Bitcoin Gold address, so I could receive Bitcoin Gold. I have not really figured out. I guess you could import. I believe you can import, a private key or a private seed into Coinomi. So maybe I could have done that. I didn't want to get involved in that too much because here's one piece of advice that we could never share too much. So I'll share it again here. You got to remember that if you're, it's a little different with Bitcoin Gold. They have their own address format, but my understanding is that they still use the same private keys. So if you're trying to import your private keys into, say, this wallet, Coinomi, that puts obviously you got to trust Coinomi to handle your Bitcoin Gold, and everyone knows that and whatever. But you got to remember that if you're importing private keys, that also puts your original Bitcoin at risk because they share private keys. So that's just a little thing that can't mention it enough. You got to be careful with that. One way to solve that is to transfer your original Bitcoins before you import the private keys into a wallet like Coinomi, because when you do that, assuming it's after the fork, which happened in October actually, and then they pre-mined it, which is why it just came out today. But assuming it's after the fork, then you can safely move your regular Bitcoin without also moving them on Bitcoin Gold. Oh, again, that's another thing with replay protection, but you got to be careful with all that. But supposedly it was implemented. I'll just take that word for it because I heard it, whatever. But assuming that there's replay protection, then you can safely move your original Bitcoin after the fork, and then you can safely import your original private keys with that no longer have any Bitcoin on them. They only have Bitcoin Gold, and so that's less risk when you're importing into something like Coinomi. So there's that for whatever that's worth. If that's helpful, man, it's kind of a race. If you ask me, it's kind of a race to just dump. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have whatever reason to have faith in Bitcoin Gold. But as far as I'm concerned, I never heard anything useful behind it. Like, sure, it has a different proof of work. So what? Well, sure, maybe there aren't ASICs for it yet. So what? Although maybe there are ASICs. I also heard that, the creator only made it so that he could sell his mining chips. Supposedly he's a creator of mining chips that work for this new proof of work. And supposedly he just wanted to sell chips. So he's like, oh, let's make a coin that uses this algorithm that, oh, hey, look, I have all these chips that happen to mine. Anyway, so point is, I've never really heard much of any value proposition behind Bitcoin Gold. So whatever. I'm not interested. I'm going to try to dump as soon as I can, as soon as I reasonably can. I'm not going to put a bunch of stuff at risk, especially a bunch of regular Bitcoin at risk. I'm not going to do that just to dump my Bitcoin Gold. But that's on my roadmap, is slowly, carefully, but also efficiently and soonly transferring everything and organizing my wallets or whatever I got to do to try to dump Bitcoin Gold. Now, another thing worth mentioning is that I don't know of any super easy ways to do that. Even if I had control of my Bitcoin Gold, I haven't seen it pop up on Shapeshift or Changelly, which is similar to Shapeshift. That actually, I actually prefer Changelly for some reasons. But I have not seen Bitcoin Gold on either one. I'm assuming there are some exchanges out there that have, well, I know there are exchanges that earlier they allowed you to split your Bitcoin into both kinds of currencies and buy and sell for weeks now. That's why there's been a price for Bitcoin Gold for weeks. Which ones have enabled deposits and withdrawals? Because, until now, they were just Bitcoin Gold tokens because Bitcoin Gold was not usable yet. Whether or not they've actually enabled deposits and withdrawals, I don't know. I'm assuming that should come soon. But at the same time, I don't really feel like signing up for all these exchanges for every Bitcoin fork that there is. So I'd rather just use Shapeshift or Changelly. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long that takes if those ever become usable. But for the time being, I don't even know of any way to dump my Bitcoin Gold. So that's just what I wanted to say about that. So guys, another thing I could have mentioned at the beginning, but I didn't. I'm probably shooting for about 20 minutes here for these weekend episodes, just to keep it a little shorter, a little more consumable. So I'm going to move on from Bitcoin Gold, touch on some Bitcoin Cash, rock out some advice of the week, and peace out and see you Thursday. But anyway, yeah, if you have questions, comments, obviously just drop them wherever in the comments on Twitter. We're all in this together, trying to learn how to navigate Bitcoin Gold, trying to learn whether it's worthwhile and how to get rid of it or whatever. So if you found anything useful wallets, useful explorers, exchanges, whatever, like I said, the explorer I looked at was btgexp.com. It kind of seems working, so whatever. I also, bitcoingold.org seemed fairly trustworthy. You could check balances from, if you have Bitcoin addresses and you don't know if they contain Bitcoin Gold, you can check your balances at bitcoingold.org. And of course, the price, I love bitcoinratio.com. It allows you to compare all these different forks relative to each other, which is extremely important when the price is going all over the place for all these different coins, because I don't really care, how much dollars I can get for my Bitcoin Gold or my Bitcoin Cash. I care how much Bitcoin I can get for one or the other. And when all these prices are going up and down so fast over the weekend, a tool like bitcoinratio.com can be helpful. But anyway, that's just me. I built it. Full disclosure. So anyway, and it's completely under development, just so you know. It is super basic right now. Could be buggy. and there's tons of features I want to add, even features as simple as date stamps. I still got to get around to adding those. So let me know if there's a feature or a currency that you need in there. I can try to work on it. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash. It went as high, I'm looking at about as high as $2,400 this weekend. I'm recording and releasing this episode on November 13th, 2017. And just yesterday, the 12th, it was as high as about $2,400. So that is crazy. Oh, you can imagine the tweets when Bitcoin Cash spikes, when it doubles, triples, quadruples, and Bitcoin just drops $1,000 over just a few hours. You can imagine the tweets flying back and forth. Oh, geez, Bitcoin Cash is taking over. And guys, tweets, this was Andreas, said something like, guys, they can both exist. It's fine. Calm down. I'm exaggerating and paraphrasing, of course, but that's what it sounded like in my head. Guys, calm down, okay? They can both exist. They have different use cases, different features, different purposes, whatever. And there are people like, the one Vortex, I love him to death, but he said in there somewhere like, yeah, but Bitcoin Cash is trying to rip off our brand, which is definitely a problem, but at the same time, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, I have no idea. So, hey, classic YMB right here, guys. Whatever. You know us. Stuff happens, right? Yeah, so the price spiked. I still don't really have much faith in it. I'm not going to buy it because I think it's going to spike even more. But it could spike even more. So this is, that's what we said, at least I've said a couple times on the show. Yes, we joke about being like, who cares, whatever, meh, yeah, who cares about anything, right? We joke about that, but at the same time, it's physically impossible for me not to make a decision. It's physically impossible. Like, even if I do nothing, that's a decision for me not to buy Bitcoin Cash or not to sell Bitcoin Cash or not to buy Bitcoin or not to sell Bitcoin. It's physically impossible for me not to make a decision because just because I have to do something physically. How many more times can I say the word physically? But yeah, so with that in mind, even though I don't super care about too much of this, I will just say, just so you know, my decision has been not to worry about buying Bitcoin Cash and to still worry about selling it now and then. Now, I believe I've sold most of mine over the past few weeks whenever it just seemed like it was a fairly high price. And obviously it went way higher and I could have sold it way higher, but whatever. I might have a little bit left in a multi-sig wallet that I've never really figured out how to access. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. Maybe that'll be my retirement fund just in case Bitcoin Cash flies into the moon and Bitcoin disappears. I don't know. Maybe I'll hang on to a little bit. But in general, my decision is just, meh. I'm not too interested in Bitcoin Cash. I'm going to sell it if it seems like the price is high. So, which is no longer too important for me because I pretty much sold most of it. So now, going forward, my decision is to hang on to just a tiny bit just in case, and I don't plan on buying any more Bitcoin Cash. Would that change if Bitcoin crashed even more? Because it's kind of recovered. It went as low as like 5,800, and I'm looking at about 6,700 right now. So it's pretty much fine. And the dip did not last long at all. But let's say it did dip. Let's say it did go way lower and Bitcoin Cash did go way up. Where would that leave me? And I don't know. I mean, that's another thing. People are tweeting back and forth about the hash rate and the price and obviously which one's the real Bitcoin. I guess for me, I'd just say I'm sticking with Bitcoin until people want me to use Bitcoin Cash, right? If someone is accepting Bitcoin Cash and I can trust Bitcoin Cash and I want to buy something from them, sure, maybe I'll give them some Bitcoin Cash to buy something. Or other way around, if I'm selling ads on my website and someone's offering me Bitcoin Cash, whatever, fine, I'll take it, sure. I might, depending on the prices and the sentiment or whatever, I might just convert it straight into Bitcoin. I might just hang on to it because why not again? Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be little by little, case by case, bit by bit. I'm not saying, I think it's totally possible that Bitcoin Cash could take over if somehow it worked out. I don't think it will, but I think it could in certain scenarios. And it would be a slow and steady process if that were to happen. And so be it. That's not an issue. I mean, hey, okay, I'll use Bitcoin Cash today because someone wants to give me Bitcoin Cash. And then who knows, maybe a week later, well, Bitcoin Cash doesn't seem to be doing so hot, so let's sell some more and go back to Bitcoin. Who cares? Who cares? Well, I'll do whatever I'll do. And if I if I make the right choice, great. I'll try to do that, whatever. But I can't assume like I'm always right. I can't assume that I'll always pick the right currency every day of the week to pick the right one that's more valuable, more usable. I just can't assume to do that. So I'm just going to do my best and I can't really be too committed to anything because who knows? So so that's me. That's where I'm at. Thanks for joining us, guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it short and just have another fun, quick episode that you guys can catch another night of the week. I'm going to shoot for Monday nights, and Tim and Zach are most certainly going to be jumping in here and there. It's been a blast, guys. My advice this week, I'll just go with kind of what I just said, which was more or less don't be overcommitted to even Bitcoin, right? I mean, we love it. Absolutely. But we've been saying since the beginning, just, hey, you never know. That's a fact of life, all right? That's not a fact of crypto. That's not a fact of money. That's a fact of life. It's just that you never know. So you can't overcommit to anything, or because it's probably going to let you down. It's that simple. Over time, everything goes away. It's really that's as simple as it is. So don't overcommit. And come back on Thursday for our live show, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. That'll be episode 202. I guess for a while now, until another big change comes along, our live episodes will be the even numbers, and our recorded shorter episodes will be the odd numbers. So if you need an easy way to remember, that's that. So live episode 202 this Thursday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in. In the meantime, if you want to look at more episodes, past episodes, live or non-live, articles, reviews, commentaries, calculators, and more, that's youmeandbtc.com. That's the place to be. And you can find all the follow buttons there too, wherever you want to follow us, subscribe, YouTube, thumbs up, comment, Twitter, tweet, follow, whatever the words they are, Facebook, like us, whatever. All of that can be found at youmeandbtc.com. Just look for your favorite subscribe button. So, peace out, guys. We'll catch you on Thursday.
Get ready for Crypto Overload. We're making it easy to get into the game at America's Card Room with your favorite cryptocurrency. We are thrilled to announce that you can deposit and cash out using more than 60 different cryptocurrencies. We are the first poker site to offer this after already accepting Bitcoin from the beginning. Cryptocurrencies are the future. We can predict that playing real money poker will never be easier at americascardroom.com.